guys, if you're clicking on this video, you likely want to create a YouTube thumbnail. This video is a tutorial on how I made the thumbnail here. It's really not hard to make it all, and you only need Canva and a text studio website that I'll be showing you guys. It's all free, so no pro is needed. Anything that I'll be doing is something that can be done using regular Canva. And quick disclaimer that none of these pictures are mine and everything is from Pinterest. Of course, for your own thumbnail, you would mostly use your own photos from the video that you're making. So for me, I'm looking on Pinterest because the photos aren't mine, but because it's your thumbnail, you would just go through your video and find like an aesthetic photo from the video and just add it to your thumbnail. And as you're adding the photos to the thumbnail, I wouldn't suggest just like stretching it out and trying to like make it fit in the middle and trying to like make it both symmetrical. I feel like if you can do it, go ahead. But something that I find that makes it a lot easier is scrolling and going to elements and then clicking where it will say like grids and stuff. Once you click that, it'll just give you like a bunch of options and it just makes it a lot easier to just put the photo in there. So once you get both images put on there, find a photo of yourself, whether it's like a mirror, selfie, or just a photo in general, and put it on the left side of the thumbnail. Now, because I have the Canva Pro free trial, I was able to just remove the background without Pro and just like doing it on the website. However, if you don't want to pay for Canva Pro, which I'm not either, there are so many free websites to just delete the background on any image, and I'll put one on the screen, which is what I usually would use if I didn't have the free trial. So yeah, you could just do that. You don't have to pay for Canva Pro just to remove a background. Okay, so you might know this already, but sometimes when you're using a grid, it can be difficult to like put another picture near it just because the grid likes to absorb the image that you're trying to move around and stuff. So for some reason, the other day, it took me like 10 minutes to figure out what it was, but literally just take the grid, like the gridded image, and just lock it. And then just add the picture that you always wanted to add. So yeah, I'm just telling you guys just in case like you got that mixed up or something, because for some reason it took me like 20 minutes to figure it out. So once I get done adjusting the image, I just want to show you guys an app on Canva. It's on the website. You would just go to apps and look up image outliner and just select the image that you want to outline. For us, it's going to be like the image of you on the left. And then you just like adjust. You can really adjust the outline to be however you want it to be. So for me, I made the innermost outline solid white with a width of 27, an opacity of 1, and a blur of 0. And then the second layer of that outline would be black, and the width would be 7, the opacity would be 0.55, and then the blur would also be 7. So as you can see, it kind of just gives me a new image. So I just delete the old one and just replace it with the new outlined one. So then you go to elements and you look up paper shred. You don't have to use like the exact same element that I used. Canva has a lot of them. However, a lot of them are pro. So if you want, you could just like download your own PNG from like Google or something and just add it there. I just picked like a random one that wasn't pro. And then for a 3D effect, I go to edit and then I click glow. And for the size, I adjust that and put that to 29 and then blur 30 and intensity 50. And then you just adjust it to kind of fit over that white line in the middle of the template. Okay, so now we're going to go to a website called textstudio.com. You don't have to download it. It's just a website. But once you go on there, you type the text in that you want. For me, I typed in solo just because I wanted it to be like a solo diary type thumbnail. But don't do both words at the same time. Only do the first one just because of how they're going to be layered on top of each other. And you can click any one of the templates because you're just going to be editing all of it anyway. So I just picked like the random Mario Kart one just because that was like the first one that I saw. So I picked the font called Above Regular. So it'll adjust to that. And then one of the most important things is making sure that the background is transparent. Just because when you upload it to Canva, you want to make sure that there's no background and that you could edit it easily. So then you want to switch to gradient. And then as you can see, it's like this black and white color, but the color I did was pink. So one of the other things I did was I also just took off the other settings just to make it easier to edit, and so like the other stuff couldn't distract me. So I was just doing that too, just so you could like start it off on like a blank slate. So I ended up changing the font to something called Silent Night Regular. So you can change it to if you want, or you can keep the old font. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click fill pattern and I'm going to import an image, and I'm going to put the image on the screen so you can screenshot it if you want. So once I get the image in there, make sure that you turn the opacity down just so that you can still see the colors under it, and then go to download and make sure that you click PNG transparent. And by the way, do not delete the tab right after you download it because we still have to make the diaries part. So then I'm going to click edit and then go back to glow just to add a shadow. So for the size, it's going to be 21. The blur amount will be 28, and then the intensity will be 87. So go back to techstudio.com and literally just replace the word solo with diaries. You don't have to make any more edits to the text. Just replace the word. So now you're going to add some text, and then you're going to title it Diaries. And then after that, you're going to go to Horizon. That's the font you're going to use. And then make the text white. So then go to Effects, and then go to Glow again. And the intensity can really be anything you want, but I just did 72. So now as you can see, I'm kind of just like adjusting the text a little bit. You can adjust the text to be however you want. I just wanted everything to look a little bit more center because I didn't like how it was on the side like that. So what you do now is you kind of just get some text and put it down below. So the text would like just mostly consist of activities that you did. So for me, I just put random activities like the spa and stuff just as like examples of what you could put. It really just depends on what happened in your video. So then once I got done with that, I kind of just went to elements and looked up doodles. So I just put like random doodles and stuff around the thing just to be more eye-catching. And then after that, I just went to elements again and then just looked up like subscribe or like subscribe button just to put it in the corner. So these last things are basically just like decoration, just like little things that kind of make your thumbnail stand out. So yeah, this is the finished product. If you like it, please click the like button. If you have any requests, do not be afraid to comment them down below. I likely will read it and I probably will do it. So yeah, if you liked it, don't be afraid to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much. Bye.